All right, guys, our first story is Forbes is reporting. Actually, it's been reported in a lot of places, but I'm picking the story up from Forbes. Basically, Blizzard has done what nobody else, politician or otherwise, has been able to do, and they united both sides of the aisle. And so there are Democrats and Republicans basically condemning Blizzard's response to the suspension and at the time the taking away of his Blitzchung's prize money. Although they have announced, if you watched last week's episode, they announced that they would be giving that back. But basically they're just saying like, hey, you know, what you're doing is really fucked up. Like, you're pressuring to the Chinese and the communist money, and it's really blatantly obvious what you're doing. And so it'll be interesting. The only reason I brought this up is, one, we've been talking about it for, it seems like, the last month.
What if this was their plan all along?
Yeah,
to unite the country.
Well, they did a good job. But what I'm really interested to see is, how do they respond? Like, what is Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision Blizzard, what is he going to do? Because...
Well, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to, quote-unquote, leak some Diablo 4 announcements.
Yeah. Well, that is the plan from everything I've been seeing with BlizzCon. No, but really, like, you know, for the most part, when... And they didn't say in the letter, in the statement, that they were going to do anything. I don't think there's anything that they can do, the U.S. legally. So it's not like it's the Mortal Kombat situation in the early 90s where like they were going to intervene if the industry didn't like regulate themselves. But now that you've got the pressure of the actual United States government, you know, behind this movement, what is that going to do? Is that going to really change the way they approach it? Are they just going to wait? Try to wait it out before they do something stupid again?
They should just try to wait it
That's
out.
what we've been thinking.
Every time they make a decision, they make the wrong decision. So just stop. It's just as simple as that. Just stop. Nothing you can do can make it better. It can only make it worse at this point. So just don't do anything.
Just keep your mouth shut and just go about your business. Don't comment on the situation.
And like I said,
leave those Hong Kong people alone. Like, let them get their prize money and all that stuff, and just stop with all the like the overbearing, like, gavel banging.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm. It's almost like and I didn't make this up. I heard it. I was listening to another podcast, but it's just like Activision Blizzard are like the bullies on the playground. And they're going around doing what they want, and then now the teachers are getting involved. And it's just like... And so it's just... Yeah, I don't know how they proceed. Like, obviously, they're not going to walk away from billions of dollars. That no matter what's at stake, they'll die on that hill. But yeah, I'm interested, as always, I'm interested to see when BlizzCon rolls around here in about another week and a half. Rumors are that Overwatch 2... and Diablo 4 are going to be announced.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, does that obviously take some of the pressure off of them? Does that buy back some of the goodwill?
Sure.
I've been seeing on Reddit that, you know, there is going to be some time, I don't know if this actually comes the way that it's being talked about, but there's going to be some type of organized protest. You know, if that does happen and it does gain steam, does that... Because now you've got like mainstream media watching them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what do? Does Activision Blizzard shut it down?
What, BlizzCon?
No, not BlizzCon itself, but like how do they respond if they want
to protest?
Let's say there's a couple hundred people that, you know, not get in the way, but like get into the hall where the press conference is taking place, or even let's say it's 50 people or 100 people, whatever. What do they do? The guy's up there, you know, whoever, you know, is up there talking, giving do they just let it ride out and wait? Do they
what I would
kick
say
them out?
Is, to the best of their ability, they'll have security there.
Right.
So any, like, vocal protesters that are there before, they should be kept outside. They can protest from outside. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just let them protest
if they like
outside.
sneak in and like do like a surprise protest.
Well, that's the thing.
Then kick them out.
Then you just can't. You have to kick them out.
But then what's the optics on that? When the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are saying, "Oh, now they're taking away their right to protest."
Yeah,
Not if they let them protest outside. You can be like, protest all you want outside. Just don't disrupt other people's experience
but
who are here for the press conference and the games.
Right.
My thing is that it's probably not going to be. It's not that it's not going to be organized, but it's going to be covert. They're not going to say. They're going to wear 2 shirts with the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the one underneath. And they always do like a Q&A at the end.
Yeah, somebody's going up there and just
and they always ask like, "Oh, what's your topic going to be about?" Nobody's going to say, "I'm going to say something about China." Right. They're going to lie.
I'm sure they're prepping themselves for those questions, like what to say, how to be diplomatic about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. And so it's like, do they take away the Q&A section because they know every other question or 2/3 of the questions are going to be...
You can't, you just can't stoke the fire. You just got to, let
the tidal wave come. You just got to ride it out.
You just got to ride it out.
If they can make it through BlizzCon and then just don't do anything, don't mention it, it'll be forgotten before long. Yeah, this whole debacle will be forgotten.
You leak out some... after BlizzCon, it won't be leaks anymore if Blizzard...
Right.
Or if Diablo 4 is coming out in Overwatch 2, but you drip feed the information about the upcoming projects.
Right.
You do all the right things. And it will blow over. It's just
it will.
There's always going to be.
There's always going to be.
Because after BlizzCon, there's really nothing for anybody to. Right. Rally around against
unless they just
Blizzard.
Go up to the Blizzard headquarters. Surround it.
So if you make it through BlizzCon and then if Blizzard doesn't do anything, people will forget about it.
Right,
it's just like with the stream of information that comes in every day from all sorts of social media and all that, it will be forgotten eventually.
Right. No, I'm not. You're not wrong. I'm just. It's just. I'm interested to see, if they are prepping their people, like their presenters, and if they do a Q&A, which is not guaranteed, but they have in the past, if and when a protest does break out, how do they respond? It's just very interesting because now they're under the microscope. Yeah, everything they say and everything they do is going to be taken, not necessarily out of context, but it's going to be hyper scrutinized. Yeah, it's going to be hyper scrutinized, and now again. You've got, senators and representatives, paying attention to this. Like I said, between BlizzCon and this new development and the statement that they, that the senators and representatives released, it can't be fun at Activision Blizzard right now. Like it just can't be like.
But they can make it through. Just do as little as possible.
Just stop rocking the boat.
Yeah,
just stop. Just stop rocking the boat.
And then even the politicians that are, because the elections are coming up, so they're just doing this to rally people to their campagns and make it an issue. It's a hot topic right now, so make it seem like I want to do something, but they can't do anything.
Right.
But to maybe grab a few extra voters and then just everything, it'll die out eventually, but they just got to play their cards right.
Yeah. Just shut the fuck up. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Let people ask the questions about the Hong Kong thing. Let
give your diplomatic answers that don't really answer anything.
And then it's like word vomit.
You gotta let people just get it out of their system, and then they'll feel a little better about it.
Right.
That's all it is.
So again, the only reason I brought this up is because we've been talking about it, so I figured let's update the story. Oh, and one more tangent. Those 3 American university students, they ended up getting suspended for 6 months.
Okay.
So at least, again, they caved to pressure, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent across the board.
But you couldn't let that slide. That was like the first right move they made.
At least, I guess they were consistent. So anyway. Topic number 2 is the preview cycle that just came out for Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and it seems to be overwhelmingly positive from everything I've watched and read. A couple different articles from a couple different sites and video, different creators and things like that. It looks and sounds like it's going to be everything that we wanted. Now, did you guys see any of the...
I saw some gameplay.
Previews. Did you read anything?
Yeah, first off, like, when it was first announced, like, Respawn's doing Star Wars, I was super hyped. Mm-hmm. And then, like, that plateaued and went down a little bit. And then after all these previews came out, I'm super hyped again.
I am too. And I for a while, up until this preview cycle came out, when you talk about games in the fall, like, that always just slipped my mind.
I always forget about it, but...
You never thought about it.
I forget who, who was previewing. I've watched, like, a couple big previews, like IGN, GameSpot, and then I've watched, like, more independent YouTube channels preview it. And, like, a lot of people said it has, like you said, like, the Metroidvania, which I love that stuff. And they said, like, I don't know if it's, like, the worlds or, like, quote-unquote dungeons, but it's very Zelda-like.
Yes.
Which
So it's a lot of force powers and like solving puzzles and
I'm all for that.
Yeah, and like they said, the combat's like smooth. It's not like slow as Dark Souls. It's like a little like faster paced.
So from one of the podcasts I was listening to from somebody that went hands on with the game, they said that it's Dark Souls inspired. So it is faster than a Dark Souls game.
Right.
But it's not like a button masher. And so you do have to be strategic with how you dodge and parry and strike and what kind of strikes. And so it doesn't seem to be... They almost reference like God of War in that way.
Right.
Where it's not just... Like in the old God of Wars on the PS3 and even the PS2, it was just hit the spam the attack button.
Exactly, yeah.
But here it seems to be a little more... strategic.
I like that more than just button mashing.
Right.
Yeah, because it can get monotonous.
Right.
My hand gets tired. Like,
you just
button
mash.
Hit square over and over, and every once in a while.
Battles aren't fun. You just...
Right. But, even some of the tidbits that I pulled out is like, you can customize your lightsaber, of course. Customization seems to be a big thing. So everything from the looks of your characters to the color of the lightsaber to the skin and the paint job on your ship, the droid that follows you, I think
no microtransactions.
No microtransactions,
which is big from an EA published game.
Yeah, so everything seems to be, and even if they, I don't know. Let's say I don't know if they've talked about, DLC plans, but even if like they drop like a let's say 3 months or 6 months after release, they drop like a mission pack update, or like a prologue. Cool. I could see them doing something like that. And honestly, in this case, I wouldn't necessarily mind if they said, hey, for $4.99, 6 months after the game releases, along with this DLC pack, or 3 months, if they do give you the option to buy some skins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I say like microtransactions, I always conflate that with loot boxes. I don't want loot boxes. Microtransactions are fine as long as you know what you're getting into.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
I'm pulling this from IGN. The title of the article is 28 new gameplay details we learned from playing Jedi Fallen Order. Again, it has Dark Souls influence, but you can change the difficulty at any time. Your droid BD-1, you can use that to scan the environments or enemies to basically learn about them. So that goes back into like Metroid Prime, where scanning was a big thing with that one. Hidden crates around the world contain cosmetic skins for your droid, accessories for your hero. Again, skill points can be found in crates in the world or earned by filling a bar by grinding against enemies. There is a botany side quest where you can collect seeds throughout the world and use them to grow plants in your ship. Your ship has a kitchen. You can access any of the planets in the game in any order.
Did they ever say how many planets there are?
No.
I hope it's like at least like, depending on the size, at like 8, 9. Because I'm thinking like along the Zelda lines, there's usually about 8 or 9.
Again, I was listening to Kinda Funny's podcast, and one of the guys that played it said that during the gameplay demo, they allowed the the community or like the press to play 3 hours of the game. Mm-hmm. And it was from a finished build of the game, and he said for the entire 3 hours he didn't finish one planet.
That's cool, yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty lengthy, especially if you go back and get all the side quests or like get all the collectibles and do all, search everything. But yeah, I could see 8-9 planets, let's say 3 to 4 hours per.
Right.
I don't know, maybe it's not necessarily inconceivable. I could see this being a 20 or 30 hour game.
I hope
if you want to like 100% it. Probably the story will be, maybe 12 hours, 15 hours, double that if you do everything.
I like that. I like the sound of this. It's like, my hype level has gone up way more since the previews came out.
You can tackle the harder planets early on in the game if you want, but chances are you're going to get your ass kicked. There is no fast travel, so you do have to navigate it. That is very similar to Metroid Prime. If you leave a planet, you gain a new power and you want to go back, you have to go back on foot. You can wander your ship. It is called the Mantis. It sounds a lot like, what was it in Mass Effect? The Normandy. Yeah. Sounds just like that. I don't know if... obviously it's not like an RPG, so I don't know if there's like dialogue or anything that you can do when you're on the ship. You can slice off limbs from your enemies, but not on humans, just droids and aliens. Do Zelda-style puzzles.
Why can't you slice off limbs off humans?
I don't know.
It's a great question.
Visiting planets to acquire... So yeah, it's... Again, it all sounds very, very, very positive. After it was first revealed back in E3, the gameplay demo they showed just wasn't the best.
Yeah, it was just so
standard fighting. The traversal and the climbing and the platforming looked standard.
Yeah.
One of the other previews I was listening to, he was saying that that all of these inspirations that it's obviously drawing from, it doesn't do it better than any of the games it's copying from.
Right.
But it does all of them well enough to where it's like the sum is greater, or whatever. Right. Like what the fuck
sum is greater than the parts.
Yes. So
or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
The whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Yeah. So it's not like so the traversal, obviously Tomb Raider, Uncharted, the fighting Dark Souls-esque. The backtracking is very Metroidvania. The gaining new powers. So it's drawing inspiration from all of these, and it's doing them well enough to where, backed with cool characters and the story is canon in the Star Wars universe. The characters seem to be well written. It seems to be well acted. That for the first time since EA got the license, when Battlefront 1 came out 6 years ago, this is finally going to be
a good Star Wars game.
The Star Wars, single player, especially Star Wars game that, seems to be coming together. Can you guys remember the Star Wars 1313, that demo?
Yeah, like the scrapped one.
Yeah, the scrap demo, and then Amy Hennig's game, was supposed to be like a third person. It almost seems like this, but third person, like action adventure game where, with... And so finally it seems like, the fans are getting what they want, which is great. And then any comments on that before we move on?
I will say that one thing I don't like about Fallen Order is from the beginning, I don't like the character design of the main character. I think he looks like a fucking dork. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I don't think he's cool looking.
Really?
Yeah, I want like a cool looking Jedi, and he looks like some 16-year-old.
Well, so, maybe you can customize the customize
okay,
one of the characters.
If you could customize, that'd be cool. But
I know you can customize the clothing.
Fair, Luke Skywalker didn't look
cool. Luke Skywalker's kind of a nerd too. He is. He's such a whiny bitch, especially in the first one. I went and watched episode 4 not too long ago. He really
so
is.
was Anakin at first.
Yeah, they really are.
I guess they're all little pansies.
Anakin was just whiny throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, he was. And then the last one is just Outer Worlds. It's got an 85 on Metacritic. Obviously, that is overwhelmingly positive. I've been watching some gameplay. I've been paying attention to it. I don't think... I've come to the realization that I just don't think games like this are just for me.
Yeah.
And so it's not... And this is something that I didn't know until reading the reviews and watching videos. The game's not as open world as a Skyrim or a Fallout.
It's more like just open areas.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that I really liked. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be something for me. So I know that you guys plan on playing it. It's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah. Which is cool.
From what you've seen so far, like, what do you think about it?
I like it. I like the probably more than anything, I like the fact that it's not like a super open world 200-hour game. They said it's about like 30, 40 hours.
Right.
Which is a good experience.
Right.
You know, getting into everything. I like I think the art style is great. I love the art style.
I do like the world that they built.
Yeah.
It seems very cool. Everything is controlled by like these mega corporations and, you know.
Honestly, the combat, it doesn't like... It's not supposed to be like super fluid, I don't think. It does look a little bit clunky. Mm-hmm. But I don't really mind that because it reminds me of Fallout 3.
Yeah. Like the VAT system and things like that.
I don't know if they have like an equivalent of VATs.
I don't think they do, but I know what you mean.
That kind of clunky shooting.
Right.
And I loved Fallout 3. I didn't really much like Fallout 4.
4 was okay. New Vegas is my favorite, honestly.
That's actually on Game Pass, too.
Is it? Fallout New Vegas is, in my opinion, the best Fallout game.
Yeah. So, I'm definitely excited. You know, as far as, like, comparing it to Fallout, I heard they have, like, the weight management system.
Right.
Like, their own version of, like, perks and multiple endings. And it's very much... spiritual, I don't even know, successor, but like
it's just in that vein,
right?
And I do like the fact that it's not this huge open world where you can literally walk in any direction.
Because like as I get older, those big open games, I can't complete them all. Like if I was younger, like a teenager or something, I would do like 100% on everything. But now it's just like too much. Yeah. So I like a good, nice, concise
What about
game.
You? You have any interest in playing it? Is it a game that...
I mean, I might pick it up. To be honest, I don't know how much I'll play with Modern Warfare coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah. 2 days. Less than 2. Tomorrow night, technically midnight, yeah.
No, 9. Servers open up at 9.
Really? Mm-hmm. Did not know that. That's breaking news for me.
Yeah, so I'll have to add you on the thing we can play together.
Yeah, that's awesome. I thought it was going to be midnight.
Now, I'll definitely try it. Is it enough to keep me away from the hours I could be grinding Modern Warfare? We'll see.
Yeah. It's cool that it's just there on Game Pass day one. You don't have to go out and buy it. You know, it's a brand new.
That is.
It's not AAA. It's more like AA.
Yeah.
But Obsidian's a great developer.
I think it's technically it is independent, or like it is technically an indie. It's like it's being published by 2K's indie label.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, I don't remember. There was a term that I saw floating around for games like this that are not like their traditional indie, like pixel art or 2D side scrollers.
Right.
It's like these, and Control is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. It's like these high production, like
but still
almost AAA titles.
Right.
But yeah, when you do jump in, I'd be interested to see how it looks or how it plays and what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to play it. I've watched a little bit, but I don't want to watch it too much. I just don't want to spoil it.
Right.
I want to kind of go in there fresh and kind of learn for myself what the game's all about.
No, I agree. So really, that's all that I had as far as news stories. Let's pivot. What, if anything, have you guys been playing this week?
Still on the Apex ranked grind.
I tell you what, the last 2 games of Apex, now that you bring it up, I played one game today and I played one game, what's today, Monday night, evening. My 2 best games I've ever played.
Really?
Not even kidding. The first game I played Monday night, I picked it up, and 6 kills. We got the victory. It was me and another guy. We both got 6 kills. Our third guy died with 1 kill about halfway through the match or whatever. And then today I played, got 5 kills. Now we came in 5th overall, but I'm finding a groove. I'm really liking it. I really am.
I've been doing better in Season 3.
Have you?
But granted, I only played with like a couple weeks left in Season 2. Now, so I don't know if it's just a natural progression of me getting better at the game.
Now, that's what I'm wondering. Is there any... like, what's the matchmaking like? Is it with people with similar levels, similar
on ranked?
Yeah, or no? I don't know. It's just play Apex.
I think just pub matches are just random.
Really,
it's all random. But
because I feel like
ranked,
I've gotten
it's
better.
Like people who are in your ranked. Like there's like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, then Apex Predator.
See, I've just been playing the standard. I don't know. Well, yeah, just play Apex mode. Now, did you try the Halloween mode? What is it called?
Yeah, Shadowfall.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fun.
I liked it. I played a couple of them.
Whenever I hop on, I usually play like a match or 2 of that just to get warmed up.
Right.
And,
Yeah, that's fun. I like that one a lot.
I got jump scared in it. I'm not.
Did you?
Yeah, because when you open a bin and like sometimes there's like zombies or something that popped out, and it was like the first time that ever happened to me. Yeah. I knew they were in there, like in the game, but like it hadn't happened to me before. So I opened it and then it did it because I play with headphones on, so it's easier to hear like when people run up behind you and stuff.
Right.
And then I jumped. I was like, you sons of bitches, you actually got me.
Yeah. So that's cool. I don't honestly. Yeah. Now that you mention it, with Call of Duty 36 hours away or whatever, I don't know how much Apex I'll be playing after this.
Yeah, no. I failed short of my Apex Predator goal.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm at gold.
So is it gold, platinum, and then Predator?
Yeah, like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, Predator.
Oh, diamond. Jesus, God.
So you're like halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not happening.
But yeah, anything else? That's about it.
No, I mean, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Yeah.
And I've even slowed down on Apex a little bit the past few days.
Yeah. I've really just been messing around. Like I said, there hasn't been too many games because I passed over Borderlands 3. There really hasn't been a ton that's spoken to me this fall, so I've just been going back and playing older stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it transitions from Apex to Modern Warfare, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
little bit of a relearning curve.
Yeah, because... Oh man, Apex is very fast paced.
Now I do, since we are recording, I do want to ask: do you guys want to do? I mentioned it last week. Do you guys want to do like a Call of Duty once a week, once every 2 weeks, and we'll iron out the details off camera? But do you guys want to do like a Call of Duty specific podcast?
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I figure we can talk about like if it comes out, Thursday night at 9. If you guys can get the campaign done by the following Wednesday, we can do like a spoiler cast on the campaign and then just our initial thoughts on like the multiplayer, and then we can kind of just go from there. But so we'll count on that, and then we'll just kind of go from there, and we'll just keep it going as long as it seems relevant.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's this is gonna suck me in for the whole next year. Yeah. I'm guessing.
So, what about you? What have you been playing? Anything?
I've just been switching from game to game.
Yeah,
I'm playing Darksiders 2 right now, which is a cool Zelda type game.
Right.
Other than that, I beat like it was hard to beat the Edith Finch.
Did you like that?
Yeah, dude, it was so weird though. But it's a weird ass game, but I really loved it. I think
if you like that, I don't know if it's on Game Pass. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is really good. It's in that same vein.
I think I thought that's what it was.
Oh, really?
When I first played it.
Yeah.
I got those mixed up. They came out around the same time, I think.
That's a really good one. I don't know if it's a PlayStation exclusive, but if it's not, look up Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
I've heard of that.
That one's a really good one. That one's a little slower. It's a lot of just kind of paying attention to, because it's literally just you in the world. Like there's no other NPCs.
Really?
You wake up and it's like the rapture. Everybody's gone, and so it's up to you. And it takes place in England, in like this quaint little English countryside town. And it's just up to you to go from house to house to figure out what happened. And it turns into something more than what you think. I won't spoil it if you end up playing it. But yeah, those type of games, I have to be in a certain mood for them. But if one really sucks me in, it's a good time.
That one sucked me. I think I just beat it in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean it's only a couple hours. Yeah, it's the same thing with Everybody's Gone to the Red. All of those, they can be beaten in 1-2 sittings at most.
Yeah.
Anything else? It's been, like I said, it's been quiet so far. Like I'm waiting for Call of Duty.
The last
Death Stranding's coming out
soon. Got was, I don't even know. It's been a while since
I think the last game we bought was Sekiro.
Really? Yeah, that's the last. Everything else has been like just
Game Pass.
On the Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, I've been playing a little bit of Apex. I'm really getting into Trails of Cold Steel, which is, again, that really obscure Japanese
was watching
JRPG.
A video on Suikoden 2. And somebody in the comments mentioned that game.
So it's got a lot of Suikoden and Persona vibes. So it's.
I wish Persona wasn't on PlayStation because I've been wanting to play it.
Persona
Especially
5.
for 5.
Persona 5 is fucking
just
fantastic.
It's not fair sometimes.
It's a fantastic game. It really is.
Ni no Kuni 2 I wanted to play when it came out.
I think it's coming out on Switch, or is that the first one?
The first one.
Switch. Mm-hmm. Still, I haven't beat the first one.
Me either. I've gotten maybe like a third of the way through the first one.
Off topic, if I had one wish for Xbox, it would just really try to pull in like some Japanese
third-party Japanese.
Yeah. Because Xbox players like JRPGs too, man.
Yeah. Even though it's like Microsoft is an American company.
Right.
No, yeah. But yeah, Trails of Cold Steel, it's a really good game. Now, it's definitely not perfect. There are a lot of flaws. I put in less than 10 hours. But yeah, it's got a lot of, again, Persona vibes and Suikoden vibes. So in Persona, it's the way that like at the beginning, it's divided up into chapters, and each chapter seems to have like its own like story arc that ties into like the larger arc of the entire game.
Yeah.
And so the first half is where, with Persona, it's like you're going to class, you're building these relationships, you're talking to other characters. It's very much like a social sim in that way. And the second half is where you actually get dispatched. You're part of like this elite group. It's almost like Final Fantasy VIII in a way with Seed. Mm-hmm. Like you're part of this elite class that goes to this school of like soldiers.
Yeah.
And you get dispatched to different areas in the world to take on missions to further the plot. And that's where the Suikoden vibes come in. It's very much... So far, it seems to be very grounded as far as like the plot. It's not like it's two warring countries and very like the political fallout from that.
I like those for JRPGs. Yeah. It's a nice change of pace from just this evil has come and you have to save the world.
And so it's very grounded. Now I don't know if it opens up towards the end game or anything like that. There's 2 sequels. The third one actually comes out on Friday. It's got my interest enough that where maybe on the times I don't feel like playing Call of Duty, I'll jump back into that and just kind of grind it out. The story seems cool. The real issue that I have with it is that there's just a lot of fluff. There's like just a lot of extra stuff, especially dialogue, and it's actually really annoying.
It's an RPG for you.
And so it was developed and I think published by Falcom, and
that's how I felt with like Octopath Traveler. There was a lot of dialogue in Octopath Traveler, and there's voice acting at certain points, but it's still like after like each like fucking like sentence or whatever, you still have to press A, and it's just
that's
like,
how this is.
So I was just like, man, can't you just like do
every
it?
line is
like,
spoken.
If you're gonna have the voice acting like in certain parts, just have them just go.
So every line is spoken, but if you don't press the X button, it just stays on the screen.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, can't
continue.
you just like go? Like,
and so it's just like it's like stupid stuff too, because you'll be like, like you'll be going through a dungeon and it's like, you stop. There's a cutscene and it's like, oh, which way should we go next, left or right? And then it's like, but everybody in your party, so like, and there's like 8 of them, 9 of them, they all have to like chime in. And so it's like, we should go this way. And everybody's like, so one character's, dialogue bubble will pop up. Yeah, let's go. And then the next one's like, all right, let's do it. And it's just like, it's stupid stuff that doesn't add to the story. And it's just like, you're just like jamming X to get back to it. Yeah. And it's just like,
Yeah, that'd annoy the shit out of me.
And it's it's stuff that doesn't add anything, and it doesn't need to be there at all. With that big complaint aside, I really do like the game. The battle system's cool. It's very dated. It's a 2014 game, and it looks like it. It's very blocky, and the environments are
almost 6 years ago.
Yeah, and the environments are
2014,
very bland.
That's not that long ago, and I'm like, holy shit, it's almost 2020.
Yeah, yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's just Apex.
I've been enjoying Apex. I'm ready for Modern Warfare, and I'm very excited for it, but I think I'm going to miss Apex a little bit.
Yeah, and it could be one of those things, just like it was with, Season 3, that I'll drop out, and then, when Season 4 rolls around, if it looks interesting, I'll jump back in.
Yeah.
I really think I would have reached Apex Predator if Modern Warfare wasn't coming out. I've been grinding it, and it's been pretty much smooth sailing for the most part.
Right.
I wished Black Ops 4's ranked mode was like Apex's. Because it's like Apex, it's like you get points with each kill.
Oh,
and then the better your standing, like your team places, like if you're 10, you get like 10 extra points, and if you're first, you get 100. Okay. But you also get like points for each kill and each assist.
Okay.
But when Black Ops like ranked mode, the reason I stopped playing that was because like it didn't matter if you had like a 5.0 KD, you went like 25-5, and your team lost because your team was trash, you'd lose points. I'm like, man, that's not fun. Like,
right, that's fair. So I'll be interested to see how, Modern Warfare does all of this, just kind of like the behind the scenes stuff, because if it's gonna have like a robust multiplayer, and it's obviously there's 12. Have you guys paid any attention to like the pro movement for Modern Warfare?
Chase was telling me about it.
Yeah, they're doing franchises now. So like Optic and FaZe and like 100 Thieves, they're not going to be able to participate in competition.
So it's I can't even tell you how many millions it probably cost.
The Columbus whatevers and like the Houston somethings.
Yeah, so there's there's 12 cities I think all around the world. Paris, London, a bunch in the U.S. There's Chicago. There's Minneapolis some random ass city in the middle of nowhere. It might be Minneapolis.
Why? Chicago and Minneapolis are not very far
apart. LA, I think there's San Francisco, Dallas, something, whatever. But I'll be interested to see. But yeah, it does suck because I really got into the competitive side. Not me personally playing it, but just watching on Twitch. But yeah, like some of my favorites, they're not they're not going to be part of the league this year just because of franchising rights and.
I think if these independent teams, I call them independent even though they're huge, like
right.
If they want to get into let them get into competition. If you want to have franchises, then do that too. But like it can coexist together.
Well, they have something like Path to Pro, which is like you can compete in like smaller sanctioned tournaments and then build your point stand or something like that. I don't know, but
yeah, all those like for Call of Duty, I mean, they're still going to be competing like CSGO and League of Legends, all that. But like for Call of Duty, they're going to like stick to like content creation, like YouTube clips and streaming and stuff like that for Call of Duty. At least.
Sure. So anyway, but yeah, that's kind of. I mean, that's really it. Like I said, it's been a quiet week overall. I think next week we'll have a lot to talk about with Call of Duty coming out. If you end up getting to Outer Worlds,
it's only been like a month since the beta.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's been like 3-4 months since the beta.
It really has. It feels like a long
time. Like everything leading up, it's like, oh, the beta's like coming. Oh, right. Like, oh, now it's the beta's here, you know? And then like ever since the beta, and it's like, man, Call of Duty isn't out yet.
So that's really cool. I'm really excited to, play it at 9. I didn't know that. Like I said, I would have jumped in at midnight and already
would have been behind
15, 20 levels behind.
Everybody's going to be on 55 by midnight.
So, I'm interested to jump in. I'm interested to see, because I might actually jump into campaign first, just to play a mission or two, because I really want to see how the progression ties in. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so when you're completing, when you complete a campaign mission, what qualifies as how much experience you get.
Right.
Is it the amount of kills? Is it your KD?
It can't be the amount of kills because you're playing against AI.
Yeah. So is it like the amount of times?
Maybe just get
you die?
a certain set amount per mission.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe
like higher difficulties,
how much
damage
you take,
right, or something.
Stuff like
stuff like that. So I'm just interested to see how it all kind of coexists together. But yeah, between this and again, Death Stranding will be out on the 8th. And
I think Fallen Order's around that time too, right?
That's the week after, the 15th.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So there's still some, even though for me personally it's been a quiet fall so far, there's still 3 huge games that I'm obviously looking forward to here in the next 3 weeks. Yeah, a month. Yeah. But yeah, that's everything. You guys got anything? Anything?
If you're like a League of Legends fan, there's a really good documentary on Netflix.
Oh yeah, we watched it last night about League of Legends. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the preview teaser Riot did for their new game they're making?
I heard something about it. I didn't watch anything.
Cool. If I had,
Is there like
if
an
I had
FPS?
a PC, if I had a PC, I would definitely like.
Because they announced or teased a couple different games, didn't they?
I think that was only that one.
Yeah, that's the only one I saw. But
okay,
it's like a hero shooter.
Yeah,
but it's like tactical. Like they said it was going to be like tactical. So I'm imagining it's like a hero shooter with like heroes, but it's going to be like more CS:GO. And they said
interesting.
They were going to try to like if they detect any hackers, the match is just going to be terminated.
Really?
Like so, if you're using aimbot or wall hacks and stuff like that. And they're like doing a whole bunch of stuff with like
just like the lengths people go to just like try to like get an extra kill.
Yeah, I wouldn't even feel good about cheating.
I would have to imagine it's kind of boring. It's like, there's no skill involved at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway. Like they're doing stuff with like bullet registering, like and like doing stuff so like people with like different pings, like there's like no like disadvantage or advantage. They're trying to like scale that.
Interesting.
And stuff like that.
I just wonder if Riot can make this as big as League of Legends.
No,
League of Legends is.
But I think it could give like Overwatch a run for its money.
Yeah, I think it's the Overwatch popularity's died down quite a bit,
which makes sense
since the first couple years it was
Overwatch
out.
2 comes out.
Right.
Overwatch, because they were the first ones that I know of that talking about Call of Duty franchising. They were the first game that I know that had franchising. They kind of pioneered that, and it only makes sense. It's the same, parent company. But yeah, they have. It's still huge. Now, I think for mainstream popularity, it's definitely waned. You know what I mean?
I think it's still it's a. I know it's a lot bigger overseas, like
for sure
in Asia and Europe and stuff like that. It's still like one of the biggest esports, like outside of like Dota and League of Legends and Counter-Strike and all that.
So yeah, it only makes sense though that obviously a proper sequel will come out and whatever kind of changes they make. I don't play it enough or have played it enough to know the differences, but yeah. So I guess that's everything.
Yeah.
Anything else before we sign off?
No.
All right, guys, that is everything for this week. It is October 23rd. Let us know what you thought. Let us know. Actually, let us know if you will be playing Call of Duty now that everything is cross-platform. If you do want some people to play with, drop your gamer tag, your PSN name, whatever it is, in the comments below. We can all play together, finally, it seems like. And until next time, you guys stay safe.